All right, what is good? What is happening, everybody? It is your boy Primitive AK here, back with another video for you guys. Today we are here with the assault challenge, or not assault, supports challenge number 3. This one's actually pretty easy, and I think a lot of people were confused on how it works, and that is you have to get smoke assist as support. I'm not entirely sure the exact number that you have to get here, but I know this was a challenge that people were confused about how it works. Some people were saying that it wasn't tracking properly, they were throwing the smokes at the enemy, so I figured I'd clarify how this works exactly, and then I'll tell you guys the best method to get this done. So, if you guys need to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys showing love and support. So, how does this challenge actually work? So, to be clear, to get a smoke assist, your teammate or you has to stand inside of the smoke and get a kill on an enemy. The enemy themselves does not have to be in the smoke. I think this was causing a lot of confusion. I think people thought that you had to throw the smoke at the enemy and then get a kill on an enemy that's running through the smoke. That is not the case. You have to get a kill while standing in the smoke. Now, you're probably wondering how the hell do you do that when you can't see a damn thing? Obviously, there's a couple ways to do it. One is just you throw a smoke at yourself and pray and hope that an enemy walks through your smoke. However, that's just going to be time-consuming, and you're going to end up wanting to jump off the nearest bridge from your house, and I just don't recommend you do that at all. So how do you go about doing this? Well, there is a very easy method to getting it done. Now, obviously, you are going to need smoke grenade as your grenade on your support class. That's kind of an obvious there. The weapon of choice really doesn't matter. Like I said, the rest of the class doesn't matter. You just need to have the smoke on. Now, what I recommend you do is I actually recommend that you go ahead and head over to multiplayer. Then you're going to want to hit custom search. This is going to allow you to specifically search for different maps. And what you're going to want is breakthrough with any map that has vehicles, and it's pretty straightforward. So when I say straightforward, I mean there aren't ridiculous lines of sight that are going to get you killed from across the map. So I recommend maps like Liberation Peak. Siege of Cairo is a very good map, and what you want to do is you want to be hanging around the tank. I'm going to show some gameplay of this, but I just want to show you guys the maps that you want to play first. Manhattan Bridge, I recommend you skip because the first sector doesn't have a tank. Mirak Valley is a decent option as well. Sobek City is actually not a terrible map, but with the rooftop glitches, I'm going to recommend that you avoid that map for now, although there are fixes coming for this. So at the time, depending on when you're watching this, New Sobek City might be a decent map if the rooftop glitches are finally fixed. Firestorm is another decent map as well, but I'm actually not recommending this one because of all of the snipers that like to sit on top of the smoke towers. It's not a good map in my opinion. I never liked Firestorm. So personally, I decided to keep it to just Liberation Peak and Siege of Cairo. Now let's talk about the strat on what you actually need to do. Well, it's actually very simple. All you need to do is hang by the tank, and 9 times out of 10, the tank is going to be sitting in the back because they can't afford to push up, because there are very likely a lot of engineers that are going to want to take it out. And all you want to do is throw smoke at the feet of the tank or just anywhere near the tank. And guess what? When the tank gets a kill, it will count towards smoke assist. You guys can see it on my screen here. I'm actually hanging around with this repair guy as well. It looks like he's trying to complete his challenges. But it's very simple. All you do, throw smoke next to the tank, and the tank will get kills for you. And you don't have to do a single thing. As long as the tank is getting kills, you will get smoke assist. Now, obviously, do make sure that you keep yourself protected. You know, maybe put a barricade on your right or left. That way you don't have to deal with any of the enemy players. And you guys can see why I said Liberation Peak and Siege of Cairo are going to be the better maps to do this on. Because there's really only one direction that the enemies are going to be shooting you from. Some of the other maps can be a little bit chaotic. So, like I said, all you got to do, throw smoke at the tank's feet, and you'll get this done fairly quickly. Like I said, I recommend just rotating these maps. And you need to make sure you're on attacking. I completely forgot to point that out. You do need to make sure that you are attacking, because if you're defending on some of these maps, you usually don't get a tank until the second sector. So that's why I recommend just make sure you're on attack. If you're not on attack, just leave the game, re-queue for another one. But like I said, very simple tutorial. Don't give yourself more stress trying to do this with, you know, just throwing smoke and then hoping that an enemy walks through or you get a kill through your own smoke. I don't recommend doing that at all. Just throw smoke at the tank, and the tank will get the kills for you. And especially if you're with a very good tanker, there are some very good tankers that tend to float around on this game. You will get this done very quickly. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for all the love and support. That's fairly it. A fairly simple tutorial, and hope you guys learned something new here today. So thank you guys for the love and support. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's your boy Primitive AK, signing out. Peace out, fellas.